Alright, episode 5 of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Season 1 has dropped on Amazon Prime Video. So now I talk about it with spoilers. That is a spoiler warning. If you have not watched this episode called Partings yet, you should find a different video to watch. If you have seen it or you don't care, stick around. Okay, let's get started because there's a lot to talk about in this episode. Starting off with the Harfoot storyline, because honestly, I haven't really cared about the Harfoots since like episode 2. But now, a few episodes later, we have some more escalation in the storyline finally. Because this stranger, he's talking a lot more now. Yeah, so the Harfoots are still migrating, and the stranger is helping out this Brandyfoot family. We're still trying to figure out who he is. He is talking a lot more, like I said. Which is cool, you know, I like the conversations he has with Nori. It does feel like we're making some progress. Kinda, sorta. And he does have a lot of magical power too. Like, I am damn certain he is a wizard. If he's not Gandalf, he's one of the wizards. I mean, he's changed the wind, he does that ice freezing thing in the little pond. And of course, he saves the Harfoots from those wolves. That was awesome. He's pretty much like, Hulk smash! And just that sound wave goes out. That was so cool. Yeah, in Middle-earth, only wizards have that kind of power. So I'm still pretty sure he's Gandalf. Cool. And of course, I have to talk about Poppy's song. Call to me, lands far away. That really was such a beautiful scene, man. It's textbook Lord of the Rings, man. It's textbook Middle-earth. A hobbit song about wandering? For I must now wander this wandering day. I love the fact that the song ends with that quote that many people often associate with J.R.R. Tolkien himself. For not all who wander or wander are lost. I was like, it's beautiful. The visuals during that scene were great too. So I give my props to the storyline for the Harfoots in this episode. It was brief, but it was really good. I'm back with them now. Although there is that scene where we're at the crash site of where the stranger landed, and we see these other weird looking dudes, and I've seen this dude in some of the trailers, and some people are saying this is Sauron. I don't know for sure, but whoever he is, I mean, he doesn't look nice. He smells like trouble, and I'm sure this isn't the last we'll see of them. Alright, going over to Linden now. We remember that Elrond invited Prince Durin IV to go with him to Linden, and so there they are. Although one of the coolest things that happens in this episode is that I guess we learn the origin of Mithril itself. When Elrond's talking to King Gil-galad, and he's reciting this story, and we see this animation kind of like the Tale of Three Brothers or something. The legend goes that there was this conflict between this high elf and a Balrog of Morgoth over a tree, and the energy from this conflict plus a bolt of lightning created an energy that went deep down into the mountains, the Misty Mountains, and that energy, the light of the Valar, I guess, the Silmarils, whatever that is what gives Mithril its unique quality, its shine. Okay, cool, that's really interesting. Maybe that happened in the First Age or something. Plus I love seeing the Balrog of Morgoth, since those creatures are just fucking awesome. I know we saw one in the Comic-Con trailer, so I'm guessing we'll see a real one later on in the season. I'm definitely looking forward to that. And so the king is like, alright, Elrond, did the dwarves discover Mithril? And I love the fact that Elrond stands by his promise. Remember, he swore to Durin that he wouldn't tell another soul about it. I really did think that Elrond would break that oath. I mean, King Gil-galad is the king after all. But no, he stands by it. He goes against his king. That's awesome. I just think that's really mature of him. Although I guess Celebrimbor knows. Yeah, I guess it turns out Celebrimbor has known about the Mithril for a while. And according to him, like, I guess they need the Mithril to save the elven race or something? I know that Mithril is damn near impenetrable, but I don't know if it can save the entire elven race. I mean, we know that elves live, hello. But I'm just saying Celebrimbor might have a little too much faith in this stuff. I sense some ill intent. And not just in him, but in Pharazôn as well. Just saying. But I guess we'll see where that goes. Over in the Southlands, there are a couple of things to talk about. First off, Bronwyn's whole speech. I hate to say it, but I'm not really buying her as a leader. And I think it is, honestly, Nazanin Boniadi's acting. Which again, I do hate to say because she's the only actor in this entire series who I knew before the series. But I don't know, man, when she's up there going, we can survive this, I was like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it. Then again, all the commoners apparently weren't feeling it either. Because they decided to go with Waldreg instead. Who's like, we should side with the enemy instead. That'll mean our survival. We'll bow to them. Cowards. Yeah, I knew that guy was bad news. Which is completely confirmed later on, by the way. The scene where they all go to Adar, and Waldreg is pretty much straight up like, I'll be your bitch. Then Adar takes that one kid who's been hanging around with Theo, the kid's name is Rowan, And he's like, only blood can bind. He tosses Waldreg a knife. And we don't see it happen, but I'm pretty sure Waldreg does kill that kid. I mean, the way the scene was amping up before it cut, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he did that. God damn, dude. You are cold. Yeah, I guess Adar is not empathetic towards all living things, apparently. He's just bad. And so the Southlanders are losing hope. Even Bronwyn's like, yeah, maybe we should bow to the enemy, because what hope do we have? We can't take them down. Things are looking grim. I feel like Mordor is coming. And so yeah, that is what this season is leading to. We see Adar and the orc army, they're starting their march towards the city. They're chanting, Nam Pat, Nam Pat. I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing it doesn't mean sunshine lollipops. So it looks like the Southlanders are gonna need some aid. Meanwhile, in Numenor, oh yeah. We're getting ready to go over to Middle-earth. Alright, so we have some time to kill. I love that sparring scene that they have with Galadriel. Elendil's like, whoever can strike a blow on the elf, I shall promote to lieutenant. Again, still love that awesome kingly voice of his. But that sparring scene was cool, you know, I love a good sparring scene. And in the end, that one friend of Isildor does get promoted. He does land a blow on her arm. Cool, good for him. I didn't think anyone would land a blow. Meanwhile, Halbrand's being pretty stubborn, isn't he? I don't know what his beef is. I guess we'll find out sooner than later. I mean, he lays down his sigil. He's like, no, leave me alone, let me be. But eventually he does change his mind, and in an awesome way too. I mean, I love that shot where he just lays it down and then the camera zooms in on the thing. And then all of a sudden we see a hand come from out of frame and just grab it. And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Lord Halbrand has arrived. Alright, I guess this redemption arc felt a lot quicker than Aragorn's. But who's to say it will end the same way? Yeah, I'm thinking maybe it won't. Maybe it won't end well for little Halbrand here. I don't know. All I'm saying for now is keep an eye on him. Because he is unpredictable. I don't know how he's going to act. I don't know what he's going to do next. Which means he is one of the characters who has the most intrigue right now. So that's good writing. And also Isildur. At the end of the last episode, he did say, I will serve. But I guess you can't just volunteer. You have to earn it. His father's like, what have you done to earn anything? These men, they've lived it. And so Isildur tries to stow away on one of the boats. But Kemen, son of Pharazôn, tries to blow the thing up because Pharazôn, like I said, there's ill intent there. And the boat does blow up. It actually is an awesome shot. We see it just boom, blow up. I don't know if that was practical or not, but it looked cool nonetheless. But they fake a story to Elendil. Kemen's like, he saved my life. And so Isildur does earn his place on the boat as a stable sweep, which I actually really like. I guess now we're gonna see Isildur really build himself from the ground up. Because really, in terms of rank, I don't think he can get lower than a stable sweep. So he is part of the expedition, but for now, I guess he's just a janitor. Hey, you gotta start somewhere. And in his case, I guess we gotta start from the bottom. And so this episode ends with everyone, they're on the ships, they are off to Middle-earth, with Galadriel coming on in armor. That is an awesome moment. She steps onto the ship, her theme is blaring. Da, 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 da. Awesome theme, Bear McCreary. And she does look badass in that armor too. And so off they go. Finally, over halfway through the season, we're headed back to Middle-earth.
Let's go!
So in the end, The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, Season 1, Episode 5 was really good. Better than the last episode. I still don't think it's as good as Episode 3. I feel like that episode's probably going to be the best of the season. Although the finale's probably going to be pretty sweet, so I guess we'll see. But of course, I'm still loving the shit out of this show so far. So, The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, Season 1, Episode 5, Partings. Have you watched it yet? What are your thoughts on it? And I want to know what your theories are about Halbrand. What do you think he might do next? How do you think his story might end? I want to talk about that, so whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Peace!